I want to have an honest conversation with you, not a sales pitch, not a motivational talk, just an honest conversation about why you're still drinking, even though you don't want to be, even though you've tried many times to stop, even though part of you is exhausted by the whole thing. There's a reason, there's a specific scientific reason. And once you understand it, everything shifts. My name is Steve Hopson. I wrote the book Sober Overnight, and I've spent a lifetime developing a process that gets to the source of problem drinking, not to the surface of it, the source. But before I tell you about the process, I want to tell you something really important. It's not your fault. And I don't mean that as a line, as a specific scientific statement, because what's driving your drinking isn't weakness. It's not a lack of willpower. It's not that you don't want to do it enough. It's a program. It's a subconscious program. And understanding that is the first shift before anything else changes. So let me explain how it works. Your subconscious mind is like your hard drive on your computer. Your beliefs, our beliefs at a subconscious level, your program, are the software running it. And like all software, it just does its job. It doesn't judge. It doesn't question what you consciously want. It just simply runs. Your conscious mind, and the part of you that's watching this, thinking, deciding, setting intention, processes about 40 bits of information per second. Now, your subconscious mind processes 40 million bits of information per second. I refer to that in my book as the ant and the elephant, because when those two are pointed in different directions, when your conscious mind says stop and your subconscious program says drink, you already know who wins every time. It's not because you're weak, it's just biology. That is the reality of how we are built. Now, here's where it gets even more important. Because that subconscious program didn't appear from nowhere, it was installed. And when you understand how, you'll see immediately why this isn't your fault. Most of our deepest subconscious programs are formed in childhood, actually from the last trimester of pregnancy through to about 7 years of age. The reason for that is we operate full time in that age bracket in a brainwave state called theta. Now, in theta, the door to the subconscious is wide open. Excuse me. There's no filter, no critical thinking, no analysis. Children don't evaluate their experience. They just absorb it through observation, through environment, everything happening around them and to them. And those programs formed in those early years, they stay. They become the operating system of your life, really. But there's a second way subconscious programs get installed. And this is where alcohol enters the picture. Repetition, learning anything by repetition, driving a car, riding a bike. When you first started drinking, whatever age that was, for whatever the reason, it made you feel better, doesn't it? More confident, more relaxed, more like you belonged, more able to cope with whatever life was throwing at you. So you went back for more. And we go again, and we go again. Now that repetition over time, it literally forms and installs subconscious programming that says, when I drink, life's better. When I drink, I'm happy, I'm confident, I'm relaxed, or I can cope. That's what I call, they're our primary program. Now, here's the piece that nobody in the recovery world is talking about, and this is the real reason, scientifically, biologically, you can't stop drinking consciously. See, with every primary program in the subconscious, there is what I call an anchor program. It runs underneath the primary in parallel, and its entire job is to validate the primary to keep it in place. Now, the anchor programming says the inverse of the primary. So the primary might say, when I drink, life's great. When I drink, I'm happy, etc. The anchor says, if I don't drink, life's no good. If I don't drink, I'm not happy. If I don't drink, I can't cope, I'm anxious, etc. I don't belong. It's that anchor program running at 40 million bits a second. And its job, the only job it has, is to keep you safe, to keep you to save you from a worse alternative. So when you're standing in the bottle shop wondering what the hell are you doing there? Or at the bar thinking you shouldn't be there, it's the anchor doing its job. And when you wake up on Sunday morning with every reason in the world to stop and you find yourself drinking again by Sunday afternoon, it's the anchor programming in your subconscious that's doing its job. It's not a weakness. It's not a failure. It's not that you haven't got sufficient willpower. It's a program running at a level that your willpower simply can't reach. It's 40 bits a second against 40 million. As I said, it's the ant and the elephant. This is why white-knuckling, it's exhausting. You're not fighting the drink, you're fighting a 40 million bit processor, and you're doing it with 40 from your conscious mind. This is why meetings work for some people in the room and not others. Why they rarely do. Why therapy can bring insight but it doesn't bring change. Why medication manages the edges but never touches the source. Because the source is a subconscious program, and you can't remove a subconscious program with a conscious tool. You need to go to the level where the program actually lives, and that's what this process does. I saw the gap clearly after a lifetime of studying the subconscious and working with people. There was no precise process for actually identifying the exact programs a person had running in relationship to alcohol. And there was no process for actually removing them, actually uninstalling them. So I built one, a 3-step process. It identifies, uninstalls, and then installs. So step 1, identify. And this is where we map the exact programs running in your subconscious in relationship to alcohol, not textbook programs, yours, because we're all unique. We've all got our own fingerprint. The age you started drinking, the reason you started, what it gave you, what it filled, what it replaced, all of that creates specific programming in your subconscious. So the identification process maps that with precision. So step 2, the uninstall. Think about it this way. If your computer had software with a virus corrupting it, everything it touched, you've got to what? You've got to uninstall it. You've got to remove it. You wouldn't try to think past it. You wouldn't write a goal to ignore it. You just uninstall it. You delete it at the source. It's exactly the same with us. As human beings, we are electromagnetic in our nature, in our functionality. The programs running in our subconscious can be reached and removed when you access them at the right level. Now, that level is theta, brainwave frequency. So as adults, the only time we naturally move back into theta is in those minutes just before we fall asleep. So and for approximately 90 minutes as we drift off into sleep, the brain passes through that theta window. So what happens is the door to the subconscious is wide open. Wide. That's when you can communicate. That's when you can interact with your subconscious. And that is when this process works. So I take everything identified in step 1, the exact programs, the primary and the anchor, translate that into a precise audio recording. It's structured in a specific way. It's languaged specifically for the subconscious. Present tense, direct. It's an instruction manual, actually, and delivered at the exact moment the door is open. So you go to bed, you fall asleep, the audio plays, and as your brain moves through that theta window, the instructions go straight in. Uninstall this, install that. Then there's step 3, the install. What do you actually want? Not just the absence of alcohol, something real. A new direction with yourself, with your life, a healthy direction. That gets installed in the same process, in the same night. Now, here's the thing that still moves me after everything I've seen. It only takes one night. It's not weeks of listening, not months of listening. It's one night because you're working with a 40 million bit processor, your subconscious mind. So the moment those instructions reach your subconscious, that's the moment that the program is literally removed. And the relationship with alcohol, it doesn't fade or weaken. It disappears. It's just gone. And people describe waking up and reaching for a feeling that used to be there, like a pull or a weight, a familiar craving, and find nothing. It's like trying to remember a dream that's already faded, gone. So there's no urge, there's no white-knuckling, there's no counting days. It's just gone. And it's permanent because you didn't repress it, you didn't manage it around the edges, you removed it at the source. I know how that sounds, and I was skeptical of things that sounded like this too, of course, but this isn't a promise, it's a process. It's an exact science, and the people it's worked for and working for are real from all over the world now, and you can talk to them directly. They're not recovered drinkers counting days and managing cravings. They are people for whom the relationship with alcohol simply no longer exists. People who find it genuinely difficult to even think about drinking. Not because they're fighting the thought, it's because the program that generated it is gone. That's what's on the other side of this. So here's what I want to point to. We have a community on the school platform. It's a sober overnight community where everything lives, the book, the science, the process, and most importantly, the people, the real people who've been through this that you can speak to about their experiences, about their mornings after, and about their life now. And they'll share with you exactly how it felt and what happened for them. So if what I've shared today has landed something in you, a recognition, a relief, a sense that this might be finally the thing that makes sense, come and find us, join the community, read the book. As I said, talk to the people in there. Just see for yourself what's possible when you stop fighting the symptom and start working at the source. You were never the problem, the program. And program with the right process can be changed. I look forward to meeting you. I'll see you in there.